I buy a lot of clothes from Goodwill. I'd say 70 to 80% of my clothes are clothes I got from either Goodwill or just a random thrift store. Part of that is because I'm perpetually poor and I refuse to spend more than $10 on an item of clothing. But another part of that is that I've always had this strange fascination with the heritage of clothes. Whether or not you care about the latest fashion trends, clothes say a lot about everyone. The clothes you choose to wear on a day-to-day basis say a lot about the way you want to be seen and the way you see yourself. And even if you don't think about the way you present yourself very much, your clothes have seen more of your life and experience and more of you than anyone else has. Clothes we wear can be so deeply tied to our experiences that sometimes wearing clothes in a certain experience can ruin that article of clothing for us. Or sometimes you buy clothes that don't fit you, but your grandma gives you something you can't return. Nevertheless, our clothes have seen a lot. So in a sense, when you buy someone else's clothes, you're buying a story that you'll never hear. It could be really interesting. It could mean next to nothing. The truly interesting part about that is that you'll never, ever know. So I wrote a song about it. Where did you go? Stranger that I'll never know. 'Cause I feel like I've seen part of your soul since I've been walking around in your clothes. Was that shirt not your size? Or did you just eventually find you wore it from September to July, but it just really wasn't your style? I've paid pennies for stories I'll never hear. Could be 100 cities seen by this fabric. I'm casually covered in these living souvenirs, so I just really love to know what happened. If you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, did you learn something about someone if you'll never know who? 'Cause I take for granted all of the things you've been through in these clothes that used to belong to you. Were these Levi's your first? Skinny jeans as a middle school girl. Were those holes there before? Or did you make them to look more like hers? Yeah. Was this dress from a first date? But when fall came, you were burning every picture with mascara running down your face. And your best friend helped you make a pile of memories, and this is one you threw away. I've paid pennies for stories I'll never hear. Could be 100 cities seen by this fabric. I'm casually covered in these living souvenirs, so I just really love to know who had them. If you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, did you learn something about someone if you'll never know who? 'Cause I take for granted all of the things you've been through in these clothes that used to belong to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's been a couple not my styles. There's been a couple things I outgrew after a while. There's been a couple Christmas gifts I couldn't return. There's been a couple stains when I just couldn't wash out the hurt. So many stories somewhere out in the world. Where did you go? Strange stranger that I'll never know. Do you feel like you've seen part of my soul since you've been walking around in my clothes? Thrifting is weird, y'all.